So are you ready to get started with the paneer?
Yes, ma'am. Let's go.
Right. So for the paneer, I have put into a pot 2 liters of fresh milk.
Okay.
All right. And we brought this to a boil. So 2 liters of fresh milk in quite a deep saucepan. And as you can see, I've used a heavy base pot because the last thing that you want is to get the milk scalded. And then your paneer is going to smell quite awful.
Is that a word?
Scalded.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
you
okay.
can scald the milk, scald as in burned.
Oh, okay. So why don't you just say burn?
The last thing you want to do is burn the
There
milk.
you go. Now I understood.
So we have 2 liters of fresh milk that we brought to the boil, and we're going to be using some fresh cream. Now this is our very, very special secret to get really creamy paneer.
Shh, it's a secret.
You're going to have to add some fresh cream into this.
Okay.
And then of course I've got some yogurt in this container.
So all this now goes into...
Goes in there. And to sour the milk and the cream and the yogurt, we are going to put some lemon in there. So I'm going to bring this...
Wait, hang on. So you're going to now add in some lemon. Do I need to cut this?
You're going to cut this, but I'm going to take this to the stove and bring it to the boil. So I've got 2 liters of fresh milk in here. I've got approximately 1 liter of fresh cream in here, and I've got 500 ml, that's half a liter of soured milk or yogurt, and I'm going to bring this to the boil.
All right. So what does what does the lemon do? Do you know?
Yes, it's going to sour the milk. It's going to help it to coagulate. As we said, that this is cheese.
But you ate the dictionary over the weekend.
I did.
Okay. It can coagulate while it's scalding.
Yes.
Okay, how do you want to cut this? In squares?
You're just going to cut it once and you're going to squeeze out the juice.
Oh, the juice. Okay, there you go.
So how do you squeeze them when they're in squares?
Well, you're a square.
Say that. Alright, so can you squeeze that in there?
So I'm very good at squeezing.
You are very good at squeezing.
Not like you. You're hopeless at squeezing. You know, you can't...
I can't wring things.
Oh, so whenever you're washing clothes and stuff and you can't... Oh, it's wringing.
It's wringing.
This is squeezing.
It's squeezing and wringing.
Wringing and squeezing.
Alright.
You want all the juice in here, right?
I do.
With the seeds?
It actually does matter. I'm just going to collect it.
Do you need an
entire... I would think so. So you are going to need at least half a cup of lemon juice in there. I would like fresh lemons as opposed to...
You know, the good thing is that my mother used to have this lemon juice.
Squeezer, a juicer, yes.
And that used to work brilliantly.
Yeah. And so, you know, the idea to get the juice out is actually just give the lemon quite a lovely tap.
But now you're doing that.
I'm just giving the viewers a little bit of a tip. You don't need that. Right, so let's go.
Because they're not as good at squeezing as I am.
There you go. All right, how's that? You
there we go.
Literally murdered that lemon.
There's lots of seeds there though, so just be careful. Wow. That's very good.
Right.
Very impressed.
Well done. So there you have it. We've got half a cup of lemon juice. We're going to bring this milk up to the boil, and you know that all the bubbles will form on the side and the milk will actually start to rise. And you're going to have to give this a little bit of a twirl because you don't want the milk to get burned.
Okay. To coagulate.
No.
To get
scald.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right. So when it coagulates, I'm going to tell you then, right?
All right.
So we've got the flame going on high. You're not going to leave this. There's 2 things that's going to happen. If it doesn't get burnt at the bottom, it's going to rise, it's going to fall over, and then of course they're going to know that your milk is boiled over.
But it'll be all over the stove.
It will be all over the stove, it'll be burnt black, and give your husband quite a bit of cleaning up to do.
Who's your husband?
Alright, so we've got the milk on the boil, and as you can see, I've got a heavy base pan, and I've got a very deep pan that I've got the milk boiling in. In fact, I'm just using my pressure cooker. This is a wonderful addition to any kitchen, because you can boil pulses, beans, dal in 8 to 10 minutes. Can you believe that? So
wow.
it's most economical to have a pressure cooker,
okay.
And as we discussed in some other program, it's not the one that just shoots up to the ceiling. It's got all of the safety devices as well. So I'm giving this a little bit of a twirl. It's come up very nicely, and we're now going to add in, yes, the fresh cream.
Okay, can I do that, boss?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Do you need a spoon or something? Or
yes, and I'm going to give you one.
Okay, thank you.
Right, so you're just going to pour that quite unceremoniously in there.
Splashing.
Yeah, I think lower the jug.
Into the pot?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. Wow. How's that? That is brilliant.
Should I put the entire thing in?
You can.
Alright.
That is stunning.
So how much of paneer does this make?
It will make, well, if you think about how much of the liquid you're putting in there, it's like 3 liters. So you're going to probably make
3 liters of paneer.
well, actually less than that. It probably is going to be about 1 kilo.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then, can I drop in the yogurt, or do you want to play at doing that as well?
I'm not playing, I'm cooking.
There you go.
That's it.
Drop in the yogurt. Give it a bit of a stir.
Yep, there you go.
And
all mixing
I am now going
What's
to
the seeds?
put in the lemon juice. I'm just doing this so that I don't get the seeds in there. How's that working out?
Okay, it's got a very much of a lemony smell
yes.
to it. No, yeah.
Okay, so there's your paneer. You don't have to be stirring this. You could just let it be. And of course, if your milk is nicely boiled, then it is going to separate, and you're going to see all of the curd come up. All right. So while that is happening, I just want to give you another little bit of
tip.
A tip. And that is, I save all of these old ice cream containers.
Oh, to put the food in.
What food?
The leftover food.
No, I use the Tupperware for that. But so what we're going to do is we're going to pierce the bottoms of these so that when we drain out the paneer, we're going to be able to shape it into this beautiful rectangular shape as well. So that when we're cutting it into blocks, we're going to get lovely little squares.
Okay, so hang on. We're going to make holes in it, and what's going to come out of those?
All of the liquid that we don't want.
How many?
Just about 6. Well done.
Like that?
But yes, just mind your fingers though.
1, 2,
yeah.
3, 4.
Just want to.
I'm sure I've seen you use a cloth before.
I do use a cloth, but after it's drained and we want it to sit, we're going to put it in here. So any liquid is going to drain out those little holes that you very expertly made at the end, and that one is going to have some water into it, put into it, and we're going to, yes.
Immerse it.
We're going to, yes, press it down with the liquid from the top. As you can see, our paneer has come up. It's boiled absolutely beautifully.
Wow.
We've given it a little tilt so that it doesn't catch underneath.
Giving away lots of secrets here, eh? Because it's like, I've never seen this before.
Alright, so there you go. I'm going to just switch that off. And when this settles, you're going to see that all of the curd is going to separate from the whey.
No.
Really? Okay, so as you can see, it has come up to the boil. It started to coagulate. We're going to leave this to cool ever so slightly. And in the meanwhile, I have prepared the colander. I've just taken any ordinary colander. I've taken any cloth. And usually, traditionally, a muslin cloth is used. But try getting muslin from any store. It's just like ever so difficult to get. So you can use just any piece of net, or you could use a lovely piece of cotton or a dishcloth, and you will line your colander with it. And when that cools a little bit, you will see that it starts to separate.
You can use your husband's cotton shirt.
Yes, you have quite a beautiful linen shirt.
Not my shirt.
Oh.
Yeah. Someone else's, I mean, one of their husbands.
Oh, I'm saying the viewer's husband.
Yeah.
Okay, but I just wanted to use your beautiful shirt.
I don't want to take my shirt off on TV.
Alright, okay, wonderful. So when this cools a little, we're going to throw it into the colander. We're going to then pick it up and rinse it under the tap.
Okay.
First it'll drain out absolutely beautifally.
And then
we're going to put it into the beautiful little container that Kubeshan has made.
I made holes in it, and as you can see, hey, your name is not on the back.
No, only your mum writes her name at the bottoms of the ice cream containers when she sends food to us.
Mum.
Yes.
My mum.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll remember that.
Why?
When she's bringing food for you.
In the ice cream container with a name written underneath.
Yes.
Alright. Mum. Yes. Okay, so we're almost ready here. Yes.
Okay, so
starting to separate. Yes.
How's the paneer cooling off there?
Paneer has cooled down beautifully.
So now we're going to show them how to separate it and.
So it won't separate. It does its business on its own. So do you understand what the science of this is? Is that you have added the lemon, which has soured the milk, the cream, and of course the yogurt as well with all of the bacteria has soured the milk. And a little tip is that whenever you find that you've got some sour milk, that is the milk is soured, then don't throw it away. Actually just keep it, because all of that culture will make an absolutely beautiful cottage cheese. So I just like every time the milk has gone off, I don't add it into your cornflakes in the morning. I just keep it aside for the
paneer.
For the paneer.
Okay.
Before we learned how to make paneer, I would just slip
it. And you put it into my cereal. Yeah, I thought
right.
Much.
So now we've got the prepared
the cloth.
The cloth in the colander.
And your mother's containers, ice cream containers.
Yes, but we're going to do this in the sink.
Oh.
Okay, so just go ahead.
Okay.
Is it too hot?
Yes.
Alright, just let it sit in there. It will drain out very slowly. I don't want to lose any of this.
So
I'm just going to scrape this up.
Bottom here, just leave it?
Yeah.
Okay, be careful.
Okay, there we go. Just let all of that fall out. Thank you.
Welcome.
Give this a little shake up. Okay, and as you can see, we've got all of the liquid draining underneath, and we've got all of the beautiful cottage cheese forming on the top. I'm going to leave that in here, and it will drain out very slowly. And when it does, I'm going to pick up this cloth like this. Do you see this? Do you see what we have there?
Yes.
Like a bag of gold.
Okay.
With all of the paneer. And you see the clear liquid that's draining out from underneath?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
Do you like it? Okay. So, while that is happening, I'm going to turn on the tap, and we're going to rinse this out with some cold water as well.
What, to further cool it?
To further cool it.
There you go.
And then
just let it drain.
When you do that as well.
Oh, you can squeeze it?
You can squeeze it, but it's too hot to squeeze. Okay. Hence, if you're rinsing it out with cold water, it will drain. And we have literally a bag of paneer here. But you see that it's not very practical if we let it shape in this shape. Therefore, if we place it in these containers here, which you're going to see me do very soon, we will use the same cloth. We'll put this cheese into this container, and then we'll fill this container with water. Why?
To press on that cheese.
To weigh it down.
Oh.
So if you don't want to put water in here, you could like fill this container with beans
or whatever,
just to give it
some weight.
And then to get some weight in here,
okay.
Put the cottage cheese in there and press it down so that we have a block of cheese by tomorrow morning.
So you don't want to put too much of weight in it, so you can't sit in there. It might just damage it. As a joke.
would like to reserve my comment.
Okay, very good.
And of course, when all of that shaping and pressing is done, we are left with these little blocks of beautiful cottage cheese. Well, of course, it was all one little block,
and we cut it.
And then we cut them into beautiful little cubes.
And put it in the fridge.
And put it in the fridge, and there we have it, the most delicious paneer. Do you want to taste it?
Well, let's see. Why not? There's a fork there.
All right, you don't need a fork.
Okay.
Look how cheesy and creamy.
You asked me if I want to taste it.
I beg your pardon. I'll give you a little pinch. What can you say about that?
Your fingers had the chili taste to it. No, it has got a lot of cheesiness to it.
So, this is tasteless.
It is bland actually. Yeah.
It's actually very bland and very tasteless, but it has beautiful texture. That's why people like paneer. And the only way in which you could flavor this is to spice it up. And that's what we're going to be doing next. Alright, so now we're going to do a very quick and easy 5-minute makhani. So I'm going to get a squiz of olive oil in here. Alright. I'm going to put some butter in here.
Wow, that's your favorite, isn't it?
Yes, nice squeeze of that. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons, well, 2 teaspoons of chopped onions. And I'm going to give this quite a lovely little mix. Sauteing quite briskly.
Okay.
Alright.
Do you want me to do that while you talk?
Yes. And while the Sebastian very aptly and ably stirs that up, I'm going to be putting in one of these little cultures. I'm going to put a star anise.
There we go.
I'm going to be putting 1 bay leaf. I'm going to put 1 cardamom. Do you see that beautiful, beautiful aroma already?
Cardamon's got my name on it.
Yes, it does. What are the chances? I have 1 teaspoon of jeera seeds or cumin. Alright, how's that working out?
It's going fine.
Oh, that smells absolutely beautiful.
It does actually. You know what this reminds me of? The smell. Reminds me of my granny's house.
Oh yeah.
All the stuff that she used to cook.
I know, and you know, it's so amazing that so often some of our most favorite memories are associated with the smells of food. Like I recall very often walking home from school, and you'd pass all of these homes where the dinner was being prepared, and there'd be all these delicious smells of like mutton curry wafting through the door.
That's fine. You can have all the smells wafting through. You were walking from school when other people were cooking dinner. Yes. What were you doing in school so late?
No, but at that time...
No. What were you doing in school so late?
I was doing community service.
Oh, yeah.
Cleaning up
community service. That's what his name.
So as I was saying, there were these beautiful smells of like mutton curry wafting through the doors onto the road. And by the time you got home, you would be nice and hungry.
Do you know why? In those days, they didn't have those extractors.
They didn't have extractor fans, so you would be like nice and hungry by the time you got home.
But seriously, the thing about my granny is that my grandfather hated fasting. You know, for this whole month, of course, we stayed away from all meat and whatever. My mum insisted.
Yes.
No meat.
Because it's a lovely discipline, yeah? It's good for your body.
So here we are all as little kids running around, and my granny used to come to visit, and in a Tupperware ice cream container, she used to bring chicken.
Oh wow.
Fried chicken.
Yes.
And my mother would say, no.
Was that soya?
No, real chicken.
Oh wow.
And here we are,
salivating
and drooling, and my mother used to take it and give it to the neighbors.
But did you mean she didn't relent?
No, that she wasn't fasting.
Wow.
But I used to visit the neighbors then.
So as you can see, the onions are nicely sauteed, and I'm going to put in a little bit of turmeric.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to put that on the onion so it doesn't burn in the oil immediately. And I have got here some mixed masala. I'm going to be quite generous with this.
You always are generous with chili.
2 heaped teaspoons of mixed masala. And I am going to put in some of salt.
Yeah.
Right. And
you're trying to look for like a big name for salt, right? Sodium chloride.
I'm going to put a lovely heaped teaspoon of minced garlic. And I have in this bowl the tomato.
You're actually making chutney all this time.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right, mix it up.
Really?
It's not really. That's so beautiful.
Look at the colours.
So stunning. I'm going to pour in the tomato that I've liquidized. Mix that up. I've just added a little water in there. Give that a good mix.
I'm mixing, boss, I'm mixing.
Wow, that looks absolutely beautiful. You're very good.
I know, I'm a good
and
mixer.
And of course, wait, can I just help you?
Yeah.
We're going to be adding to this. The thing that makes this the makhani is
Cream.
Is the cream. So I'm going to put about half a cup of cream in there. You're going to give that a mix.
Oh, word, okay.
Wow, that looks absolutely
Always
beautiful.
Learn from you that if you're making some sort of chutney or whatever, you put in a teaspoon of sugar to take away the bitterness of the tomato.
And do you know why I haven't done this now? Because when I
cream.
liquidized it, I actually did put in some
sugar. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This actually looks like butter chicken gravy.
Actually, it is the same thing.
Is it?
Yes.
So can we have some butter chicken?
You can. I'm going to put them in right now.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Do you have to put them in one?
You can be really aggressive. It's nicely set. You see that?
So this won't break up in here?
No, not at all. Of course, you're not going to like mix it up.
Oh.
And we'll just layer that in very nicely. I'm going to keep some of this because I really like to fry it with some onion and garlic and green peppers and very dry. And it's the most delicious addition to some garlic bread.
Okay, so this will now absorb all the flavor from...
It will, and you've turned it so beautifully that it's looking absolutely stunning.
So does this also soften the
paneer? You don't want it to be too soft and to crumble. So there we go.
Cool.
All right, and I'm going to just turn that off. I'm going to put the lid on it, and you would see that the